Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to get all of the collectibles in the Quarry. Throughout the video we're going to get all of the tarot cards, all of the clues and all of the evidence that you can find in the game. Following this guide will help you get the Decked Out achievement or trophy, which has found all tarot cards, the Meddling Kids achievement or trophy, which has collected all clues, and the Conspiracy Theorist achievement or trophy, which has collected all evidence. A couple of things to take note of before you start this guide. First of all, you can't get all the collectibles in one playthrough. The tarot cards and the clues have to be done on separate playthroughs. You can go through and get all of the tarot cards and all of the evidence, or all of the clues and all of the evidence, but you can't get all of the tarot cards and all of the clues in one playthrough. This is because somewhere along chapter 2, there's a part where you have to pick a path, and there's a tarot card on one of them and 2 clues on the other, and you have to pick one or the other, and there's no way to get both in one playthrough. Also, you're going to want to keep all of your characters alive while you're getting these collectibles, just because if you get anyone killed, you'll probably get locked out of some collectibles along the way. If you're looking for a guide on how to keep everyone alive, I'll have that posted up shortly. I'll link it in the description for you if you want to check that out. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope it helps you out. Let's get this going. Okay. So during the prologue, when Max lowers Laura down the slope and you get control of Laura, head over here to your left and you'll find the Fool. That's the first tarot. Kind of an easy one to find. Continuing along the main path, you'll find this poster stuck to the tree, the Harum Scarum poster. Pretty difficult to miss this one. It's pretty much right in front of you. So, after we've got that one, we're going to get the Escapology trunk. This one is along the main path again. As you continue along, you'll have a split path. You can go left or right, go left, and the Escapology trunk is just here. Okay, another clue then, the broken cage. We're going to continue to the right on that split path, and you'll come to another split path. You can go right here or left. Left is the way to continue, so don't go that way, go right. And the third clue is right here. It's the broken cage.
Silas the dog boy.
72 collectibles to get then. Already 5 down. This is the Bloodied collar. You'll get this one when you go into the basement as Laura again, and Max stays by the stairs. I'm pretty sure you have to pick this one up for the storyline to continue, but it does count as a clue. Okay, so when you gain control of Jacob in chapter 1, you can find clue number 5, which is the hunting notice. Right here on the right.
I wonder what's killing the deer.
Okay. So next up we've got the camp plaque. When you head up the stairs here, when Caitlin asks you to go and get the bags, you'll have a little cutscene when you interact with the door or get near it. I'll skip through the longer cutscenes in this because they can take a little while, but once you gain control again, you want to just interact with the plaque that's just to the left of the door on the wall. And that's clue number 6, collectible number 7 on this list. Nice and easy. So shortly after that, you'll have to gain entry to the lodge through this window. This is tarot number 2, Temperance. Squeeze through the window. And when you get into the lodge, you'll want to go to your right. And the tarot card here is in the kitchen. You'll see the camera switch as you enter. An easy one to miss because the bags are right there. Make sure you get that one before you go with the bags. So again, when you're playing as Jacob, when you bring the bags back, you'll have a choice of whether to steal the rotor arm or break the fuel line. Make sure you steal the rotor arm. That's a little bit of preparation for some evidence later. Shortly after that, when you take control of Abigail, you'll need to break in to the room here in order to get a collectible. You'll have a choice to leave or break in. Make sure you choose break in, and that will help you get the newspaper headline scrap, which is clue number 7. Sorry if you can't see some of the choices on the bottom. I will talk about them as they come up, so you'll know what to do. Breaking into the cabin there is actually important for some options a lot later in the game that are nothing to do with evidence, but I'll cover that in another video. So next up we got the camp song recording. It's over here on the right. This is number 10 on this list.
I'll tell Chris about it when we see him.
There we go. So next we've got the first piece of evidence, which is the empty vial. As you approach this tree, which is in the middle of the area as Abigail, you'll find this carving in the tree, and interacting with that will get you the empty vial piece of evidence. You can take as long as you like to look around this area. Just don't go and talk to Emma. If you do, then she's going to ask you if you're ready or not. If you haven't got all these collectibles, just say no.
What is that? Is it Dylan's?
I feel like a lot of these are easy enough to find if you just look around a little bit. Some of them are tricky though. Okay, so clue number 9 is the information signpost. It's just next to the tree. Another pretty straightforward one. Quite a few collectibles in chapter 1. Okay, so on to chapter 2 then. We're going to get clue number 10, which is the damaged memorabilia. As you gain control of Emma in the back of the store, come around the first shelf to the left.
Harum, Scarum?
And you can find another Harum Scarum poster. When you gain control of her again, follow the route around to the back of the room. There's a couple of doors you can open if you want to, but you don't have to do that. It kind of makes your way back a little bit faster if you do, but you don't have to open those. You'll get this little cutscene with Bobby looking at you. There's also something else you can look at on the shelf, but that doesn't count as a collectible. There's a few things in the game that just don't count as collectibles. But right here on this shelf in the back right of the room is the lodge renovation plans, which is number 14 on this list. Clue number 11. Alright, so
hell yeah.
our second piece of evidence, when you break into the back room
Job done.
and Jacob grabs the beers,
Go for it.
before you interact with the shotgun and leave the room, make sure you look at the torn bags that are in the back right corner of the room. It's evidence number 2. If you do interact with the shotgun, you can still keep looking around this room, but
Check this out.
I'd say get this first just to be safe.
The door will latch.
They look like camping supplies.
Oh, okay. There's tents back at the fire pit, so just let's go.
Did a bear do this?
Alright, so when you take control of Dylan in Chris's office, interact with his desk to get the family photo clue.
Kaylee and
Clue number 12.
Weird kids, huh?
I like them.
Yeah, me too. They are pretty reclusive, you have to admit.
Alright. There's another clue in this room. You want to interact with the trapdoor behind Chris's desk. You'll get a couple of dialogue options. It doesn't really matter what you choose, but you get a choice to go into the basement
You climb down.
or shut it. Again, it doesn't matter what you choose. Shutting the trapdoor is quicker. Climbing down
On second thought, I'd rather not know what Mr.
means
H is
Dylan
into.
breaks the ladder. I did a bunch of testing to figure out what happens if you break the ladder. If other characters can, like, die because of that, and I couldn't really find anything that it affects, to be honest.
Laura Kearney and Max Brindley.
I might look into that and see if I can figure it out now the game's been out for a little while. Someone may have figured it
It's
out.
because of these goobers that we had to work extra shifts this summer.
I did try a bunch of different things, considering you can either have Emma or Abby alive or one or the other. I tried a bunch of different things to try to get it to work, but couldn't do it. So in Chapter 2, when you're playing as Nick, you'll get a choice here whether to go down Rocky Road or Shady Glade. This part in the game
Good choice.
is where you will have to do multiple playthroughs to get all of the collectibles. If you go down Rocky Roads, you can find a tarot card. If you go down Shady Glade, you'll find 2 clues. So bear in mind, you're going to have to repeat the entire game just for this section, which is really annoying that they've done that. It's frustrating that you can't get all of the collectibles in one playthrough. There is no way to do it, believe me, I've checked. Because it's so early in the game, even if you use chapter select, it's kind of frustrating because you're going to have to play through the rest of the game. I'm sure I mentioned this in the intro. So this is the other side, which is Shady Glade. I will show these clues, even though you're going to have to do another playthrough to get to these. So along the way here, on the right-hand side, is the trail camera. Just be careful not to go too far forward, because you can get kicked into a cutscene. There's the trail camera. If you're...
Camera?
Yeah. Maybe it's for the wildlife?
If you're going to go ahead and
Yeah.
redo another playthrough to get the collectibles, say if you're doing evidence and clues in this playthrough, and then you're going to do tarot cards on their own, you can always follow this video, but I also have a separate video that shows just where the tarots are. If that's something you're interested in, that'll all be linked in the description. So the other clue in this area is straight ahead from where I'm looking right now. Don't go down that path that I'm looking down. That will kick you into the cutscene I talked about. Just make sure you follow this path and get the ranger box.
I think it's a ranger box.
Oh.
You might just want to pay special attention to where I walk in this area so you don't get booted into that cutscene.
Naked rangers?
But yeah,
Oh, it would seem.
again, you're going to have to do this section twice. And 2 playthroughs, which is really stupid. So, tarot number 4, when you gain control of Abby in the Dark Woods, you can find the card, the Tower. So we're going to follow the main path along here. And you'll get a few different cutscene sort of camera angle changes. But just keep following the main path. Eventually the camera will change to look down a different path. You'll have this T-junction, which you'll just need to walk past. And there's another one right here, and you need to take the left turn. Basically this way when the camera angle changes. Sorry if the video's a bit dark here. This game can get quite dark in areas. So if it's difficult to see, I apologise. The quality is 4K, so you should be able to crank it up. You might need to turn the brightness up on your monitor or something in order to see it, but keep following this path. Eventually you'll get the card. Don't go too far forward here after the card or you'll get kicked into a cutscene. Make sure you get this one before you continue straight ahead, which is where the game continues. So when you gain control of Jacob and walk away from the dock, when you go to get towels after Emma orders you to, you can find the tarot card right there, which is the star. Kind of a difficult one to miss. You need to walk past it anyway. You'll probably find that one nice and easy. So next up we have the no swimming sign clue, which is clue number 16, number 23 on this list. It's just to the left of that dock that Emma's standing on. So opposite that is the Northkill Gazette, which is number 24 on this list, clue number 17.
Wonder if it was near here.
Okay. So, last collectible in this area is at the end of this kind of, I guess you would call it a dock? A jetty, maybe? I don't know. So, there it is on the wall. It's the old camp photo.
Hackett and Thackett, huh? Oh, well, Hackett must mean Mr. H. Chris Hackett. Who the hell is Thackett?
Alright. So, again, playing as Jacob in Chapter 3, when you hear Abby scream, you'll get a choice to jump into the water or go and help Abby. You want to make sure you choose jump into the water. So, the option is dive. So, dive in, and this will help you get evidence number 3. This is why we picked the rotor arm
Jacob?
in the first chapter.
Dick.
There's a piece of evidence tied to taking the road to Harum. If you break the fuel line, you won't get the option to jump into the water here. This is also the earliest place where you can get someone killed. You can get Jacob killed in this area if you want to. Alright, so you'll get an option to surface or to grab here, and you want to go for grab. Make sure you don't surface. And then hit this quick time event by pressing up. So that's W on keyboard or just up on one of your control sticks, and that'll get you evidence number 3, which is the bloated corpse. Also, when you're leaving this area, you'll want to make sure you pick detangle if you don't want to get Jacob killed. If you pick pull, I think you have to pick pull twice and you'll get Jacob killed. Make sure you pick detangle if you want to keep him alive. Alright, so chapter 4 then. When you take control of Emma, if you turn around and walk down the steps here, you'll get a little cutscene that involves the hunters. After that, you can get tarot number 6, which is the magician from the end of this little dock.
Is that you, Jacob?
Keep going forward, and then the camera angle will switch, and you can get that tarot card right there. Alright, so now we're going to go for clue number 19, which is the box of matches. You can either go left up the stairs here or right down the path. You want to go right down the path.
Itself after it flooded into the lake.
We are going to have to go along both paths, but you want to take the right one first. At the end of this path is a ladder. Don't climb up the ladder. Make sure you stay away from that ladder. Otherwise, you'll get kicked into a cutscene and you'll miss a collectible. We're going to have to take an extra long route. I've edited this down a little bit because Emma keeps talking, doing her cringy YouTube vlog and stuff. But over here on the left is where the box of matches is.
Thinking about it, how could this have been Mr. H when he was back at the lodge? Quoth the raven nevermore.
Alright. So once you've snagged that one, you're going to want to head back on yourself. Again, make sure you don't interact with the ladder in this area. Go back and use the stairs. Otherwise, you won't be able to get this next clue. Again, it's kind of frustrating that they've added stuff like this where you can go back and explore both paths to get all the collectibles, and they don't allow you to do that in Chapter 2. I think it's got to be intentional, right, to make you do more playthroughs of the game. I don't see why they would do that when this game has so much replayability anyway. The most frustrating thing about it is that usually if you're doing different playthroughs of this game, you might be doing, you know, a playthrough where you kill everyone, a playthrough where you keep everyone alive, or a playthrough where you infect everyone. But to get all the collectibles, you're going to have to do 2 playthroughs where you keep everyone alive, which is kind of stupid. Although pretty soon I'm going to be posting a playthrough where I kill everyone, no, save everyone, infect everyone, kill all the Hacketts, and get all of the collectibles I can, and I'll just have to edit in those 2 extra ones, just to explain them for anybody who wants them. Alright, so we're going to have more little cutscenes with Emma here, but I'll edit those out, so you don't have to sit and listen to her drivel.
This is where we're heading.
No one cares about your audience, Emma. They're not gamers, mate. So keep heading this way to get the police car keys. You can interact with the door or the window. Interact with the window to get the collectible. Right there. Don't interact with the door or you'll get locked out of this clue also.
Police car keys. I think this might be one of those, I'm sorry, officer, I have no idea what you're talking about situations. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave those right there.
Alright. So once you're done with that,
on our hands, do we snoop through someone else's belongings? Or do we open the spooky trapdoor and die a horrible, painful death. There are literally no right answers.
So you can either search the bags or open the trapdoor, choose search bags. That will get you the taser and the bear spray.
Fun. Okay, so I think there's something up there. And it is not gonna make me jump, I can promise you that much. Goodbye, cruel world. The final curtain is calling and there's no time for an encore.
Alright. So once you get jumped on by the werewolf, you'll get a choice to either use the bear spray or the taser. Make sure you use the taser. And then you can get the attack photo by hitting the quick time event once that happens.
Easy.
I got it. He's okay.
Are you in pain?
Next up, we've got a tarot card. This one is during a cutscene,
I'm really hungry.
so be
I'll
ready.
get you some food inside, okay?
When these guys go inside, you'll see the doors opening.
I can eat a horse.
Well, I don't know if we'll be able to find you a horse, but maybe some granola?
Yuck, I hate granola.
Just make sure that you mash either X, A, or left click to get that tarot card right there when you see the doors opening. An easy one to miss because it's during a cutscene. I think that's the only one during a cutscene. At least there's some variety to the collectibles.
Well, hopefully we can just get him cleaned up for now.
I'll get you something to eat.
Alright, so in Chapter 5, we're going to have to do a little bit of preparation for a collectible that's in Chapter 10. When you take control of Caitlin and you're investigating the noises you're hearing in the lodge, you're going to see the hunter Bobby coming up the stairs. And we're going to need to do some specific things with quick time events in order to get this one. So we're going to first of all succeed this quick time event. So we have to press right, that's D on a keyboard. I think you can use the arrow keys as well if you want to, or just right on a controller. Not sure if you can use the D-pad, but I'm guessing you can. So Caitlin will go over and listen to Bobby's conversation, and then another quick time event will pop up after that, and you'll want to make sure you fail that one, but I'll show you that in a moment. Like I said, doing this in this specific way gets Bobby to, I think he picks up a table and the collectible falls off the table and you don't get a chance to pick it up until Chapter 10. But if you don't do this, then you won't get the opportunity to get that collectible. It's a very easy one to miss. Alright, so there's the quick time event we need to fail. Caitlin falls over, Bobby comes out, and then he's going to throw a jar of blood at you. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail this one. I like to fail it because it's funny.
Ow!
Jar to the face.
Ew, what the fuck?
And then
What do you want?
Caitlin gets the opportunity to shoot at Bobby when he picks up this table. And you can see the picture fall off the table there, and that's what we're going to collect later. But take the shot at the table. Caitlin's going to run away and she'll be safe. Usually when a character gets blood on them like that, it's to prevent them from getting bitten by the werewolf, but that doesn't actually help Caitlin, so it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail that one. Like I said, it's just funny to get hit in the face with a bowl. So also in Chapter 5, when you take control of Dylan, you'll come to this area. This is where we were earlier as Abigail. Head over to the far left corner and you can find Clue 21, which is the triggered bear trap.
Oh. Something like
Whatever it was trying to catch, you can't now.
Alright. So after that, we're going to turn around and go and get clue number 22, which is the letter to the camp nurse. And this is over in between a couple of the cabins. And this wasn't there when we were playing as Abby. So God knows how it got there, but whatever, I'm not going to complain. Alright. Clue 22, number 33 on this list.
So that's why Nurse Kelly went home early.
We're about halfway through this video now. So we're getting there. Alright, so tarot number 7, which is the devil. If you head towards the tree just past the signpost that you can see on my right, you've got a swing and a couple of tables. If you go in between the tables, you'll get the camera angle change for the tarot card right there. There's 2 tarots in this area. If you feel like you've missed something, just don't talk to Ryan on the steps. Even if you do, he'll ask if you want to keep looking or if you're happy to continue, and just, you know, if you haven't got everything, just click keep looking. But next up we've got evidence number 5, which is claw marks. And you'll have to come over to the left of the stairs and interact with this sort of fan. And there it is. Alright, so just to the left of that, we can find tarot number 9, which is the Hermit. So I'll move around a little bit here so you know where I am exactly. Kind of seems like a bit much, to be honest. I'm sure you guys aren't that stupid. But the tarot is just on this big block of cement here. I guess it's some sort of signal tower or something. But that's number 9, the Hermit. So that's it for chapter 5. On to chapter 6. When you're playing as Jacob, if you can continue along these wooden platforms, stick to the right hand side, you'll have a couple of things you can look at. You don't need to look at these, they're not collectibles. But down the very back of the area on the right side, you can find the memory card, which Jacob takes out of a camera. Right there. I'm pretty sure there's 1 piece of evidence per chapter except for the prologue. And that's the 6th one.
Maybe there's something on here.
Alright, so from there, we're going to get tarot number 10, which is Justice. And head down the stairs and head to your left when you get to the bottom. Make sure you don't go too far right because you'll get kicked into a cutscene if you do. So just come down here and just head over to your left and the camera angle should change and you can get that tarot card. I think those are the last collectibles you get as Jacob. Alright, so still in chapter 6, this is after everyone takes Nick to the pool house when he gets pushed in the pool. If you come over to the notice board in the back right corner, you can find the campus photo. And that's clue number 23. So tarot card number 11 then, from the notice board, come along here. There's these little rooms which are kind of like showers, I guess. In the 3rd one on your left, you can find the tarot card, the moon. Let's go ahead and grab that. Next up, we've got the spooky drawer-in clue, which is in the locker in the back of this area, just past where we just got that tarot card. And that's clue number 24. This area is on a timer, so you'll want to be quick here. Don't pause the game and walk away, because I think the timer keeps going even if you pause it. So make sure you get those ones. Though, like I said, you can only get all of the clues or all of the tarots in one playthrough. So it's up to you which ones you're getting. So still on chapter 6, when you take control of Emma and you're next to the fire pit and the tents, head over to this tent. This is the kids' letter home.
Ryan's stories again. I had no idea kids were getting freaked out about this stuff. We officially suck as counselors.
Alright. That's clue number 25. Number 42 on this list. Okay, so tarot number 12. Chapter 7, when you take control of Laura in the cell, this is where Max gets taken away for interrogation. If you walk towards the bed and then away from it again, you'll get the angle for that tarot which is under the bed. And there's also a clue in here, which is clue number 26, the Scrawled Limerick. It's on the wall of the cell, kind of an easy one to get.
The woods started weeping. As the bodies decay, the wolves hunt their prey, and the sheriff continues his creeping.
All right. So, a little bit later in this chapter, when you get out of the cell and you can explore the abandoned prison, head outside here and in between the desks and you can find a tarot card, which is number 13, the Chariot. You've got as much time as you like to look around here, so just make sure you get everything done. Next up, we've got evidence number 7. This is in one of the corners of the room over here, next to the computer room. This piece of evidence is in the copy machine right there.
What are you hiding, Travis?
All right. So now we've got to go upstairs. And this is a little bit of preparation for a later collectible. It is in this chapter, but
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
we need to get a couple of things in order to help us get one of the clues in this area. So go ahead and interact with the greeting card on the wall. And that's your first little bit of preparation. There is a clue to grab in between the preparation.
That means he was born in 1965.
All right. So, into the next room. There's 3 rooms you can enter up here. Go ahead and go into this one. And on the boxes you can find the Charred Sheriff's badge. Right there.
Whoever was wearing this can't be doing too well.
Okay, so another little bit of preparation for our next collectible. Gonna have to go into the other room that we can go into right here. And the calendar is what we want to look at, which is over here on this wall. And that'll give us access to the computer so that we can get
July 7th.
our next clue. In this room, you've also got the locker. I'm not sure if I included it in this video, but this is very important towards getting the good or the bad ending, pretty much. If you want to go ahead and get to Silas, you're going to need to use this syringe by hiding it in your cell behind the brick. Something to bear in mind, you don't need to use this.
I can hide this in my cell.
But I feel like it's kind of a pivotal point in the game.
I need to lie down.
Alright. So now we're going to go and get clue number 28, which is the Bizarre Yet Bonafide podcast. You're going to need to go back to where that piece of evidence that we got is. And there's a room just next to that. I'm pretty sure I interacted with the room, the wrong room here. So I went ahead and just edited the little bit of dialogue that Laura has here out. And it's just up these stairs and it's the room next to, like I said, the copy machine in the corner. So you're going to go in there, interact with the computer in this room. And that'll get you clue number 28. Nice and easy. There's a big cutscene here, so I'll just skip through it. Clue number 29 then is in chapter 8. This is number 49 on this list. This is the miner's lunchbox. If you come all the way around the water here, you can find the miner's lunchbox just over here in the corner.
This must be part of the old working quarry.
Makes sense.
Alright. So next up, we've got the old Quarry tools, which is clue number 30. 50 out of 72 on this list. Making good progress here. Got about 10 minutes or so left, maybe a little bit more. So we're doing well, we're doing well. The old Quarry tools are right there next to the stairs.
No doubt.
An easy one to get.
No one's been down here for years.
Alright. So next up we've got tarot number 14, the Lovers. As you're walking along these pathways, these sort of walkway things with Ryan, you'll come to another little passageway, and there's a set of stairs at the end. Don't go too near to the set of stairs, you'll get kicked into a cutscene. If you do, just head left here where you can sort of see this kind of dead-end walkway. And you'll get that tarot, which is the Lovers. So a little bit further ahead, you'll come to an area where there is sort of a pillar in the middle of the path. And this is evidence number 8, the scarred flesh. Head around the right.
Whoa.
Brian's complaining. And you can find the scarred flesh piece of evidence right there on the floor.
Do you think actually something is in here with us?
Either that or
Pretty sure
he's
Laura
darker
puts
than
this in a
us.
pocket because it's not on the floor after you're done with it. It's kind of weird.
Our tunnel first, or shall I?
Alright, so when you head down here, this one is also a very easy one to get just because it's kind of along the main pathway, but this is tarot number 15, the Wheel of Fortune. 53 out of 72 on the list. Next up we've got tarot number 16, when you gain control of Ryan and you're in this area with all the barrels. Head left and you can get the Empress, which is sitting on top of the rum still. You can't actually collect the rum still collectible until you've picked up the Empress, so I just included it in this collectible here. But yeah, you have to pick it up in order to get the rum still, which is kind of annoying. If you were going for a playthrough with all clues and you were trying to leave all the tarots alone, you actually can't do that
Guess business was booming.
because of this collectible, which is kind of dumb, but whatever. Doesn't actually matter anyway. So once you've grabbed that one, you're going to have to head back on yourself. Again, I'm just starting from where we picked up the Empress there. I've played this game far too many times. So we're going to come all the way down, and there's the next one, the Emperor. Don't get too close to the room with the red light, or you'll get kicked into a cutscene. Make sure you get both of those before you do. So evidence number 8 then is Kaylee's letter. Just after Ryan gets stabbed and you end up coming through the dumbwaiter into this room, head over to the little box in the corner and you can find Kaylee's letter. Don't interact with the doors in this room until you're ready to move on. You've got as much time as you need, but if you interact with the doors, Bobby will show up and kick you out of the room. So alright, next up we've got a tarot card, which I believe is Death. From where we picked up that last piece of evidence, head over towards the bed in sort of a diagonal path, and the camera will change so you can get this tarot card, which is number 18. Not many of those left to get. Alright. Next up, we've got clue number 32, which is the hunting trophy wall. This is when Laura has escaped from Jed and the Hacketts. You might end up running away from him. You might just show up here, depending on the quick time events you've done earlier on, but you should always come to this point.
Bears around here.
And there's the hunting trophy wall, clue number 32. Alright, number 33 then, the Hackett family tree. This is number 60 on the list. Really not a lot left to get now. Head up the stairs from our last clue, and in this room on the far left wall you can find this picture frame, which will give you the Hackett family tree clue. Sorted. Alright. So heading back out of this room. We're going to get tarot number 19, which is the sun. When you enter this room, head towards the window straight in front of you and the camera angle will change and you can get that tarot card right there. So in chapter 9, when we take control of Dylan, we're going to get clue number 34, which is the Scrapyard note. You'll come to this building in which you'll have to press a button to open the gate in front of you, but just head up the stairs. And there's also a calendar you can interact with here. Bear in mind that that isn't the collectible we're looking for. The Scrapyard note is further down this little path that we're upstairs on right now. So I just wanted to include it in case you make the mistake of clicking on this one. It's an easy mistake to make.
These sons of bitches had it all planned out.
But yeah, like I said, this calendar is not a collectible. So just continue along here to the table on the back, and here's the clue we're looking for.
Who's T? Looks like these guys were cooking the books a little.
Dodgy.
You said it.
Alright. So after pressing the button to open the gate, we're going to go and get tarot number 20. We have to go through this little tunnel. There's a couple of cutscenes you'll get through this area. Because the scrapyard can be a little bit complicated, I'll just kind of show the entire path from where you press that button. Skip this cutscene though.
Sorry.
Alright. I think they really did a really good job of making Dylan funny in this game. He is definitely a funny character. Alright, up these stairs. I do wonder if it's something to do with the actor's personality or if it's like the way the game was written or whatever. Alright, there's tarot number 20, Judgment. Clue number 35 then is the discarded signage. Come down these stairs and take a right at the bottom. Don't go too near the stairs that are next to the crane or you'll get kicked into a cutscene, but the sign we need to examine for the clue is right here. So 5 more clues to get and they're all in the final area in chapter 10.
What's this?
We've got 1 more tarot to get before that, and then the rest of the collectibles are all in the lodge with Kaylee at the end.
Seeing us, Caitlin?
Alright. So, tarot number 21 then is the Hierophant.
Hello? Is anyone there?
So when we're playing as Abby in the basement, this is where you can find the silver shells. If you walk towards the stairs, you can see the Hierophant tarot card. If it's not showing up for you, just walk towards and away from it and it will show up. Alright, so clue number 36 then, which is the camp letter. These are the last few and they're all in the lodge with Kaylee and Dylan. You may have found a lot of these if you've looked around the lodge before preparing for your attack. Just want to mention that if you do approach the ancestral portrait, make sure you keep looking until you've found all of the collectibles. Don't click on prepare for attack. I'm going to leave that one till very last, just so there's no confusion. If you just follow along with me, you'll be completely fine.
Jeez, you see really struggling if they're begging for $1.
Alright. Okay. So, Tarot 22 then, from that room with the bunk beds, we're gonna head upstairs. And up here, and I think on your left, is where the tarot card is. This is the High Priestess. You don't actually get a premonition for this one, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Go ahead and click on that. So avoid the ancestral portrait that I just walked past. On the floor here, though, is the collectible we talked about earlier from shooting at Bobby in Chapter 5. A ticket stub falls out of the back of this photo, and that's clue number 37. Definitely an easy one to miss. Probably the easiest one to miss in the game.
No, absolutely not. We have enough on our plates already. Stop discovering shit.
Alright, clue number 38 then, which is the chalkboard doodle. Head into this room, go past the stairs, and into the classroom. And
Poor Ian. Some camp master
on the chalkboard is the clue. It's actually a whiteboard, but I'm not going to get picky. It's a video game.
We have a camp mascot?
Well, no, we did. But you didn't hear?
Hear what?
He died before we got to camp.
Bummer.
Alright. So, Chapter 10 then holds all of these last few collectibles. I'm going to go up the stairs that's just outside the classroom. I'm going to get clue 39, which is inscribed jewelry. Head right at the top of the stairs, and it's next to this sofa.
Where have I seen this emblem before?
What is it?
A ring with a crest on it.
Oh, very fancy. You can never pull it off. Sorry.
Right. So, in the same area, head over to the left, and you can find this box.
What's this?
With the last piece of evidence, which is the trail cam footage.
Trail cam footage. It's like they're looking for something.
Alright. So one more to get then, which is the ancestral portrait that we talked about earlier. And that's how you continue along the main storyline. A pretty straightforward one. You should already have this one if you've beaten the games. You should know where it is. You mean you kind of have to get this one either way. But yeah, hopefully this video has helped you out. Let me know in the comment section if it has. I'll also link around my other The Quarry videos in the description if that's something you're interested in. Yeah. Again, thanks for watching. That's about it. I'll see you next time.
How long has this guy been here?
A long time ago. Long enough ago that it was okay to have an oil painting made of yourself.
I kind of want an oil painting of me now. Maybe I should keep looking.